Dear students, in the last class we discussed problems on second order derivatives. I had given some homework problems. Now I am going to discuss the 20th problem and 21st problem. These two are a little bit different from the other problems. Okay. So if and after that we are going to discuss problems given in the miscellaneous exercise. Okay. So now first we shall discuss the 20th question, 20th problem. What is that? If y is cos inverse x, if y is cos inverse x, then find d2y by dx2. Find the second order derivative of y with respect to x in terms of y alone. Okay. We had to express the second order derivative of y with respect to x in terms of y alone. Okay. So first let us write the given function. So y is equal to cos inverse x. So this is a given function. Okay. Y is cos inverse x. So this implies cos y is equal to x, right? By using the definition of inverse cos function. Now we shall differentiate both sides with respect to x. Differentiate both sides with respect to x. Then we get cos y is, it's not an ordinary function, it is function of function. We had to use chain rule. So d by dx of cos y is d by dy of cos y into dy by dx, correct? So minus sin y into dy by dx is equal to the right side d by dx of x is 1. Okay. First we shall find first order derivative of y with respect to x. Okay. So for that, so dy by dx is equal to 1 by minus sin y. So that implies dy by dx is equal to minus 1 by sin y is nothing but cosecant y, correct? 1 by sin y is cosecant y. Now we shall differentiate both sides with respect to x. Okay. Differentiating both sides with respect to x, we get left side d2y by dx2 is equal to, see here in the right side we have function of y. This is actually composition of two functions, right? So we have to use chain rule. Okay. So d by dx of this negative sign, d by dx of cosecant y using chain rule, derivative of cosecant y with respect to y is minus cosecant y into cot y into dy by dx. Okay. So minus into minus plus, right? So now, but what is dy by dx? Dy by dx is minus cosecant y. So use equation 1 here, then we get, using equation 1 we get d2y by dx2 is equal to cosecant y into cot y into dy by dx. But what is dy by dx? Minus cosecant y minus cosecant y using equation 1, correct? So therefore the second order derivative of y with respect to x, that is d2y dx2 is minus cot y into cosecant square y, right? We have expressed the second order derivative of y with respect to x in terms of y alone, right? Next, now we shall move on to the 21st problem. Okay, 21st problem, what is given here? See the 21st problem. If e power y into x plus 1 is equal to 1, then show that second order derivative is equal to square of the first order derivative, right? So first we shall write the given function. So 21st the given function is e power y into x plus 1 is equal to 1, correct? We shall simplify this. I'll keep x plus 1 in the left side itself and I'll shift e power y to the denominator of RHS. Okay. But what is 1 by e power y? 1 by e power y is e power minus y, correct? I'll just rewritten the given function. Okay. Now we shall differentiate both sides with respect to y. Differentiating both sides with respect to x. Differentiating both sides with respect to x. Left side, d by dx of x is 1 plus d by dx of constant 1 is 0 is equal to right side d by dx of e power minus y. E power minus y is function of y. E power minus y is composition two functions. One is e power x, other one is minus y, polynomial function minus y, right? So we had to use chain rule. First we had to differentiate this with respect to y. So if we differentiate e power minus y with respect to y, then we get e power minus y into d by dy of minus y is minus 1 into dy by dx, correct? Or in other words, okay, I'll shift this to denominator of left side, 1 by minus e power minus y is equal to dy by dx, right? Or dy by dx is equal to minus 1 by e power minus y is e power plus y, right? Now we shall differentiate both sides with respect to x. Okay, so differentiating both sides with respect to x, what do we get? Then d by dx of dy by dx is, I'll write it directly, d2y by dx2 is equal to d by dx of minus e power y. Minus e power y is function of y, so we have to differentiate this function with respect to y first. What do we get? Minus d by dy of e power y is e power y into dy by dx, correct? Into dy by dx. So the question is, we have to show that second order derivative is square of first order derivative. Okay. Now I'll take this as equation 1. Using equation 1, can I replace minus e power y by dy by dx? Yes, of course. So using equation 1, right hand side can be written as, see, minus e power y can be written as dy by dx. So dy by dx into dy by dx. So we get second order derivative of y with respect to x, that is d2y by dx2 is equal to dy by dx whole square. We have shown that second order derivative of y with respect to x is square of first order derivative of y with respect to x. Okay, these two problems are little bit different from the other problems. Okay, that's why I have done. So next, just one more problem on second order derivatives. 22nd question. This is there in the miscellaneous exercise. Okay, 22nd. If y is equal to e power a cos inverse x, where x lies between minus 1 plus 1, including minus 1 plus 1, then show that 1 minus x square into y2 means second order derivative of y with respect to x minus x into y1 means dy by dx minus a square into y is equal to 0. Okay. Now first we shall write the given function. So y is equal to e power a into cos inverse x. Okay, now we shall differentiate both sides with respect to x, then we get left hand side as dy by dx, or I will just write it as y1 is equal to e power a cos inverse x is composition of two functions, so we have to use chain rule. We just assume the power as a single variable u, derivative of e power u with respect to is e power u itself, right? So e power u is a into cos inverse x into d by dx of the power, d by dx of a into cos inverse x is a into d by dx of cos inverse x is minus 1 divided by root of 1 minus x square, correct? Now we shall remove square root of 1 minus x square from the denominator of RHS. Okay, don't find y2 directly, don't find the second order derivative directly, shift this to numerator of LHS. Root of 1 minus x square into y1 is equal to a into minus 1 is minus a into e power a into cos inverse x, correct? Next, now either you can remove the, okay, now using this equation, which equation? This one. Take this as equation 1. Using equation 1, I can write the right hand side as minus a into y, correct? Using equation 1. Okay, so in left side we have square root of 1 minus x square into y1. Okay, now either you can differentiate both sides directly with respect to x, or if you want to remove the square root, you can do it. Okay, either differentiate both sides with respect to x, or else the other method is you can remove the square root. For that you have to square on both sides. Okay, I'll follow the second method because that's a little bit easier. Squaring on both sides, squaring on both sides, squaring on both sides, squaring on both sides. Left hand side becomes 1 minus x square into y1 square. Okay, right hand side becomes minus a whole square is a square into y square. Okay, now we shall differentiate both sides with respect to x. Okay, differentiating both sides with respect to x, with respect to x. What do we get? We get left hand side, first function you have to use product rule because this is a product of two functions, right? So you get, I'll write that here, first function 1 minus x square into derivative of second function. See, this is actually dy by dx whole square, right? You have to use chain rule. This is function of function. If you use chain rule, you will get 2 times y1 into derivative of y1 with respect to x. That means second order derivative y2, right? First function derivative second plus second function y1 square into derivative first. Derivative of 1 minus x square is minus 2x, correct? Minus 2x is equal to, in the right side, a square, that's a constant, into d by dx of y square. Again you have to use chain rule. D by dx of y square is 2y into dy by dx, that is y1, correct? See, to get this equation we have to divide both sides by 2 into y1. Okay, dividing throughout by, see here we don't have 2 times y1, right? So dividing both sides, dividing both sides by 2 into y1. What do we get? What do we get? See, here we get 1 minus x square into y2. Okay, plus into minus minus, 2 gets cancelled, y1 gets cancelled, so minus x1 is equal to right hand side, we get a square into y. So for last step, shift this to left side. therefore we get 1 minus x square into y2 minus x into y1 minus a square into y is equal to 0. Okay. So the last 7-8 problems are very important from the point of your examination. So each problem carries 5 marks. From problem number, 1 minute, from problem number see the last 7-8 problems are very important. From problem number 13, from problem number 13 to 22nd. So the last 8-9 problems are very important from the point of your examination. Definitely you will have one problem in the final examination. Okay. So now we shall discuss the problems given in the miscellaneous exercise or miscellaneous examples. Okay. Next, but before that, yes, it is also given in the miscellaneous exercise. Next, the next one. Derivative of a function with respect to another function. Derivative of a function with respect to another function. See, suppose u and v are functions of x. Okay, let u be equal to f of x, v be equal to g of x. Okay, let u and v be two functions of x. Derivative of function u with respect to the second function v, that is du by dv. How do you find du by dv? Du by dv is called derivative of function u with respect to the second function v. It's very simple. Du by dv is nothing but, say, u is a function of x, so you can differentiate u with respect to x. Similarly, v is a function of x, you can differentiate v with respect to x. So du by dv is du by dx divided by dv by dx. That's it. Use this formula to find the derivative of function u with respect to the second function v. Understood? So there is only one problem in the textbook. It was asked for 3 marks, so we shall do it now. Okay. So I will continue the problem number 23rd. Differentiate sine square x with respect to the function e power cos x. See, sine square x and e power cos x, both are functions of x. We have to differentiate first function with respect to the second. Correct? So take the first one as u and second one as v, and I'll write sine square x as sine x whole square. Both are one and the same, right? Sine square x is same as sine x whole square. Next, I'll take the second function as v. I'll take v as e power cos x. Now the question is, what is the derivative of first function with respect to second, right? So we had to find out du by dv. Du by dv. Du by dv is du by dx divided by dx, sorry, dv by dx, correct? Just here I have written the formula. So du by dx, this is a composite function, you have to use chain rule. Du by dx is 2 times sin x into derivative of sin x cos x divided by dv by dx. E power cos x is a composite function, you have to use chain rule. So derivative of e power cos x is e power cos x into derivative of cos x minus sin x. Okay, so we can cancel out sin x and sin x. Finally we get minus 2 cos x divided by e power cos x, correct? Or it can also be written as du by dv, derivative of first function with respect to second is minus 2 into, I can write 1 by e power cos x as e power minus cos x, right? Into cos x, okay? This problem was asked in the final examination for 3 marks, okay? So if you find du by dx properly, you'll get 1 marks. For finding dv by dx, you'll get 1 mark. And for finding du by dv, you'll get 1 mark, okay? So I'll give some homework problems to find the derivative of one function with respect to another function, okay? So 24th, just take down 24th, differentiate the function log x. Log x means log x to the base c, okay, with respect to the function x power 5, okay? Take log x as u, x power 5 as v, find du by dv, okay? Similarly, I'll just give one more. Differentiate the function tan x with respect to e power 3x, okay? So try to solve these two problems. Now we shall move on to the problem given in the miscellaneous exercise, okay? 26th problem. 26th. If x into root of 1 plus y plus y into root of 1 plus x is equal to 0, where x is not equal to y and x lies between minus 1 and plus 1, then prove that dy by dx is equal to, dy by dx is equal to minus 1 by 1 plus x whole square, okay? Then prove that dy by dx is minus 1 by 1 plus x whole square. First write the given function x into root of 1 plus y plus y into root of 1 plus x is equal to 0. This is a given function. So clearly left hand side has both x and y. It's an implicit function, but don't differentiate directly. First we shall try to remove the square root. For that, better shift any one of the two terms to right side. I will shift the second term to right side, and after that I square on both sides. I'll simplify, and after that I will find dy by dx, okay? So x into root of 1 plus y is equal to, shift this to right side, minus y into root of 1 plus x, okay? Now square on both sides. Squaring on both sides, we get x square into 1 plus y is equal to, minus y whole square is y square into 1 plus x. I have squared on both sides, squaring on both sides. Then simplify this. 1 into x square plus x into y is equal to y square into 1 y square plus x into y square. Shift these two terms to left side, x square, I'll shift y square first to left side, then it becomes minus y square plus x square into y, I'll shift x into y square to left side, x into y square is equal to 0, correct? Now I can write x square minus y square as x plus y into x minus y, correct? And similarly, in the last two terms I can take out xy common, so then xy into x minus y is equal to 0, right? Next, now I can take out x minus y common. Say I'll take x minus y into what? Into x plus y plus x into y is equal to 0, right? It is given in the problem that x is not equal to y. If x is not equal to y, x minus y cannot be equal to 0, right? Since x is not equal to y, x minus y is not equal to 0, correct? So using that fact, x minus y, this cannot be 0. So this implies x plus y plus x into y is equal to 0, because x minus y is not equal to 0. Okay, I will write this function in the explicit form. So for that, I'll shift x to right side and I'll take y common in the second and third terms, y into 1 plus x. Shift this x to right side, correct? Now y is equal to minus x divided by 1 plus x. I have expressed the function in the explicit form. Now to find dy by dx, we shall use quotient rule. So differentiating both sides with respect to x, we get dy by dx is equal to, I'll take negative sign outside. Okay, so using quotient rule, we have to write in the denominator square of the function in the denominator, right? In the numerator, denominator into d by dx of numerator, I have taken negative 1 common. Okay, d by dx of x is 1 minus numerator x into d by dx of function in the denominator, d by dx of 1 plus x is 1, correct? Simplify this, so you can cancel plus x and minus x. Finally we get minus 1 divided by 1 plus x whole square as dy by dx. Okay, so this problem is given in the miscellaneous exercise. Okay, similarly we shall move on to the next problem, 27th. Problem, 27th, it is given that if cos y is equal to x into cos of a plus y with cos a not equal to plus 1 and minus 1, prove that dy by dx is equal to cos square of a plus y divided by sin a. Okay, prove that dy by dx is cos square of a plus y divided by sin a. First we shall write the given function. So given function is cos y is equal to x into cos of a plus y. I will express the function in the form x is a function of y alone. Okay, so I want x only in the left side, so x is cos y divided by cos of a plus y, correct? Now see, I have written x as a function of y alone. Okay, I have to find dy by dx. First I will find d, then I will take its reciprocal. Okay, so how can I get dx by dy? I have to differentiate both sides with respect to y. Differentiating both sides with respect to y, you have to be careful here. Right hand side is a function of y alone. I am differentiating both sides with respect to y. Okay, then left hand side becomes d by dy of x, correct? D by dy of x, right side. Right hand side is a function of y alone, so we shall use quotient rule. We have to differentiate with respect to y, not with respect to x, correct? So denominator becomes cos square of a plus y, numerator cos of a plus y, function in the denominator, into d by dy of cos y. D by dy of cos y is minus sin y. We are differentiating with respect to y. Cos y is an ordinary function, okay, because we are differentiating with respect to y, minus function in the numerator cos y into d by dy of function in the denominator, d by dy of cos of a plus y is minus into minus, this becomes plus sine of a plus y into d by dy of a plus y is 1, correct? A is a constant, derivative is 0, d by dy of 1 is, sorry, d by dy of y is 1, 0 plus 1 is 1, I don't want to write it, okay? So this is equal to, see the numerator now, this is of the form, see, numerator is of the form sine A into cos B, okay, minus cos A into sin B, correct? Here in place of A we have A plus Y, in place of B we have Y, okay? So what is sin A into cos B minus cos A into sin B, and that is equal to sin of A minus B, okay? Okay, I'll rewrite it, otherwise you don't understand. I'll rewrite this. First I'll write this term sin of A plus Y into cos Y, next minus cos of A plus Y into sin Y, whole thing divided by cos square of A plus Y, okay? Now compare numerator with this formula, sin A into cos B minus cos A into sin B is what? Sin of, I will write that in the next step. And now this is equal to sin A into cos B minus cos A into sin B, sin of A minus B, so sin of A, capital letter A is nothing but A plus Y, right? Minus B, B is nothing but Y, divided by cos square of A plus Y. In the left side we have dx by dy, okay? Now I can cancel out plus y and minus y, so it becomes sin A divided by cos square of A plus Y. This is dx by dy, but I am not interested in dx by dy, I am interested in dy by dx. So dy by dx is equal to, dy by dx is actually a reciprocal of dx by dy. I'll write it directly. Just take the reciprocal of this. We get cos square of A plus Y divided by sin A, okay? So dy by dx is cos square of A plus Y divided by sin A, okay? Next. Next one. Next problem is 28th. Problem number 28. It is given in the miscellaneous example, okay? Differentiate sine inverse of 2 power x plus 1 divided by 1 plus 4 power x with respect to x. Differentiate the given function with respect to x. So the given function is composition of two functions. One is inverse sine function, other one is exponential function, right? So first we shall take the given function as y, okay? Let y be equal to the given function, and I'll rewrite the function. See, 2 power x plus 1 can be written as 2 power x into 2, right? 2 power x plus 1 is 2 power x into 2 power 1. So can I write 2 power x plus 1 as 2 power x into 2 power 1? Yes, divided by 1 plus, next, see, 4 power x is actually 2 square whole power x, which is 2 power 2x, which can be written as 2 power x into 2, which is 2 power x whole square, correct? So I can replace 4 power x by 2 power x whole square, correct? I have just modified the given function. Now see, y is composition of inverse sine function and the exponential function 2 power x, okay? We shall use substitution method to find dy by dx, okay? We know that 2 tan theta by 1 plus tan square theta is sine 2 theta, correct? Since here we have inverse sine function, I have to express the bracket as sine of something. For that, the proper substitution is 2 per x is tan theta. Taking 2 per x is equal to tan theta. This implies tan inverse of 2 per x is theta, correct? Take 2 per x as tan theta because 2 tan theta by 1 plus tan square theta is sine 2 theta. So 2 per x is equal to tan theta. Tan theta is equal to 2 per x is the proper substitution to simplify the given function, right? So 2 per x is tan theta. That implies theta is tan inverse of 2 per x. Now the given function becomes say the function becomes y is equal to sine inverse of 2 into 2 per x is tan theta divided by 1 plus 2 per x whole square is tan square theta, correct? So which is nothing but sine inverse of 2 tan theta by 1 plus tan square theta. By double angle formula, 2 tan theta by 1 plus tan square theta is sine 2 theta, correct? So y is equal to sine inverse of sine 2 theta is 2 theta, but y is a function of x, so we have to express y in terms of x only. So y is equal to 2 into what is theta? See, theta is tan inverse of 2 per x, correct? Theta is tan inverse 2 per x. Tan inverse of 2 per x is composition of two functions. Now we can easily find dy by dx, correct? So next, differentiating both sides with respect to x, we get dy by dx is equal to 2 into d by dx of tan inverse u. You assume this as single variable u. Tan inverse u, derivative of tan inverse u with respect to u is 1 by 1 plus u square, correct? 1 by 1 plus u square, but what is u? 2 per x. So into d by dx of u, d by dx of 2 per x is 2 per x into log 2 to the base e, correct? So after simplification, we get 2 into 2 per x is 2 per 1 plus x or x plus 1 into log 2 divided by 1 plus. I can write 2 per x whole square as 4 per x, correct? You can write 2 per x whole square as 4 per x. So 4 per x. So this is the derivative of the given function with respect to x. Okay. So okay, I'll just discuss one more problem given in the miscellaneous. Next one, 29th. Differentiate the function e power secant square x plus 3 into cos inverse x with respect to x. Differentiate e power secant square x plus 3 cos inverse x. Okay, this is given in the miscellaneous example. First, let us take the given function as y. Let y be equal to e power secant square x plus 3 into cos inverse x. Okay, now we shall differentiate both sides with respect to x. Then we get dy by dx is equal to e power secant square x is composition of three functions. One is e power x, another one is secant function, and the other one is polynomial function x square. So we have to use extension of chain rule. Just assume secant square x as u. Derivative of e power u with respect to u is e power u itself, right? Into d by dx of secant square x. D by dx of secant x whole square is 2 into secant x into d by dx of secant x is secant x into tan x, correct? I have used extension of chain rule plus 3 into d by dx of cos inverse x is minus 1 by root of 1 minus x square. So therefore, dy by dx is equal to e power, okay, I'll write 2 first, 2 into e power secant square x into tan x into secant x into secant x, secant square x minus 3 divided by root of 1 minus x square. Okay. So with this, I have finished the chapter continuity and differentiability. I have tried to discuss as many problems as I can. Okay. So this chapter carries 20 marks. Okay, this chapter carries 20 marks. It's a very important chapter. We will have one mark question, and you will have two mark questions. You will have 2 3 mark questions. You will have 1 4 mark question, and you will have 1 5 mark question. Okay, so 4 5 11 plus 9 20. So the 5 mark question will be on second order derivative. Okay, second order derivative. Okay, it's already been fixed. 4 mark question will be on continuity. So there are some problems to find the value of k when the given function is continuous at a given point. Okay, there are hardly 5 to 6 problems, so any one of them will come in the final examination. And 1 mark question will be on simple composite function. Okay, find the derivative of given simple composite function. And we'll have 2 mark questions and 2 3 mark questions. One of the 3 mark question will be on derivative of parametric functions. Okay, parametric functions. And you may have a 3 mark question on derivative of inverse trigonometric functions. Okay, and as far as 2 mark problems are concerned, they may come on logarithmic differentiation and implicit functions. Okay, implicit functions. So totally this chapter carries 20 marks. Okay, so that's all for today. We shall continue the next class. Thank you.